Askreddit Asks, do you think that women should be free to walk around topless in public places, just as men can? Why not? It's been legal in Ontario, Canada since 1996. I have witnessed exactly 0 women taking advantage of this new freedom.
Happens every year during the Pride Parade in Toronto. I've seen it happen exactly once when it wasn't Pride during Caravana.
It's legal where I live lol, I mean no one does it but it's still legalidit. My inbox holy shit! Exclamation mark. I don't think it's illegal in any European country. And it is quite common in some countries for women to be shirtless, for example on a beach or by a pool.
I don't care what others do as long as I don't have to participate.
Same. I wouldn't, because I think wearing a bra is more comfortable when walking around. But if people want to whip them out, why the F not? It doesn't cause people to enter a mindless animal state of lust, in which they lose all control, and if it did, that'd just reflect bad on them, not on the boob bearer. It's fat folds with nipples. If you interpret more into them than you would into obese men's boobs, that's on you. Edit. Wording.
What did you do with his head?
You're asking the real questions.
You are now the funny mayor of this thread.
I have the chest of a 9-year-old boy. So yeah, let's go at it. If anyone is gonna be sliding into my DMs, can it please be successful men in the Los Angeles area looking for a serious relationship? Thank you, winking face. Okay. You guys are great. Face with tears of joy. Thanks for the medals.
What did you do with his head?
Can you give us an idea of how many creepy PMs you got from this comment?
I saw one topless woman just after the law changed. It was at a big outdoor concert full of drunk people. A police officer quietly pulled her aside and, I presume, had a talk about whether this was going to end well. She put on a shirt. A number of nursing mothers have benefited from the change in the law. I think they have legal protection from being kicked out of various places if they very briefly flash some nipple while nursing.
I honestly don't understand the uproar that happens in regards to breastfeeding. Oh no, she flashed some nipple. So fucking what? Don't stare, and just go about your day.
So throw off the chains of oppression. Said he, be fairly unfettered. And free to be free. Be gone and go on and go forth as you please, unbound and unbridled by social decrees. Release who you are from the burden of doubt, and don't be afraid to be you when you're out. The future is yours and it's ready ahead. He waited. Quote, I don't really want to. She said.
I honestly don't understand the uproar that happens in regards to breastfeeding. Oh no, she flashed some nipple. So fucking what? Don't stare, and just go about your day.
But why such restraint? Exclamation mark. He asked in surprise as a line formed behind him with lustrous eyes. We want you to feel safe and free in our cities, came a cry from behind him. Show us your titties. Exclamation mark. Quote exclamation mark. Dot.
I will not show a single tit. I will not show a tiny bit. I will not flash a peak of chest, a bust or even half a breast. I will not show a tiny tip. I will not show a slip of nip. I will not, won't, and will not, no, I will not flaunt the boob below. You see, said she, this boob's for me, I keep it where it's meant to be. And when it is I deign to bear, there's no one, not one, else one there, and so I will not open up. You cannot see inside my cup. The fact remains the same. To wit, I will not show a single tit. Dot.
In Sweden you can get a ticket for going topless as a man actually.
What if you're swimming? Do they wear those 30s men's swimsuits? In Germany too, like construction or road workers are often topless working, though no one will give a shit and actually give them a ticket. But in theory.
What? In Malmo I've seen guys topless without any problem.
Also, I mean, not to be pedantic, but when women breastfeed we are literally using our tits for what they are made for. Edit. I get it guys. Your ass is for shitting and your dick is for coming and pissing. Do we, as a society, do any of those things out in public? No, obviously not. My tits are for feeding my child. Do you eat in public? Then why can't my son?
I will never stop being amused by people who argue that female nipples are inappropriate for children to see. Edit. then, that.
I think that when appropriate a woman should be allowed. Yay. Like I don't really enjoy seeing shirtless men in the high street. But on beaches and a hot day in the park then sure. I see no problem with that.
Same here. If it's not appropriate, you do you.
I was having this discussion with a friend. And she said, there are a lot of unattractive women with really saggy breasts, but my counterpoint is there are also a lot of fat men at beaches. And they don't look any less disgusting.
If it weren't for nipples, boobies would be pointless at it. Woohoo! Gold and silver medals, or medals. Depending on your point of view. Thank you kind strangers for the recognition of a pointless line I have used many times but only just entered on Reddit.
I appreciate you.
Is that what you appreciates about me?
Let's take about 10% off there.
I don't think it's illegal in any European country. And it is quite common. In some countries, for women to be shirtless, for example on a beach or by a pool.
Yeah, it freaked my wife out a little when we went to a beach in Spain and half of the women there were topless. I was just like, it's Europe. They do that here.
Yeah, it freaked my wife out a little when we went to a beach in Spain and half of the women there were topless. I was just like, it's Europe. They do that here.
Lol, my wife was like, fuck it. When in Spain.
Actually, in Barcelona, it's illegal for both men and women to go topless on the streets. You can do whatever you want in the beaches, though. Person shrugging, light skin tone, male sign.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel, and above all, have an excellent day, you incredible people.